Welcome to Season 2 of Quantum Childhood, a Tales from the Loop actual play podcast presented by Geek at Arms.
I'm Jacob H., and I'm playing Kevin Buford.
I am John S., playing Jomar.
I am Jacob M. I am playing Cody Wright.
I am Greg, and I am Berlin Parker.
And I'm Brian, I'll be the Game Master. At the end of the last episode, you and your new friend Jana and her robot Click had traced Dr. Ellis's kidnappers to a grotto at Pitchfork Cove. Cody had been spelunking in the area, so he knew the layout of the cave, and that although its main passage went from the surface down to a large pool and opening into the lake, there were also several smaller tunnels that opened onto it. These holes would be too small for an adult to fit through, so probably the kidnappers wouldn't be watching them. Jomar and Berlin scouted the area, looking for opportunities to sneak in or get more information. Meanwhile, Kevin contacted Jerry for advice on subterranean guerrilla warfare. Jerry advised you to watch out for traps and told you how to make tripwires. Jerry's graphic description of getting caught in a punchy trap scared Kevin, but he still managed to get some traps set up at the entrance to the grotto with Jenna's help. Berlin located Dr. Ellis and sent Adrian Ratt in to gnaw through the ropes. Meanwhile, Jomar and Cody entered the grotto to provide a distraction so that Ellis and Berlin could slip away through the water. Jomar, following tracks in the cave mud, discovered a small alcove. Stored there were the schematics for a miniature submarine, along with some other papers and journals. He took all of that while Cody moved deeper into the cave. The entire situation was a big pain in the neck, and he, meaning Jomar, became increasingly upset the more he had to move around in the mud and the dark and deal with bugs and low ceilings and his allergies. Cody was spotted by one of the kidnappers, who shot at him but missed due to the darkness. The bullet ricocheted around the cave and knocked loose a stalactite, which struck Cody in the leg. Cody immediately turned to run, and the kidnappers gave chase, giving Ellis and Berlin the opportunity they needed to slip away and swim out the other end of the cave to the boats. Cody and Jomar, knowing that Kevin had laid traps, jumped over the tripwires at the cave entrance, but the kidnappers got caught. The traps created a small rock fall that knocked one of the men out, and Click distracted the other two while Kevin, Jomar, and Cody and Jana escaped to the boats. On the way back, Dr. Ellis explained that the kidnappers are apparently Russian spies whose mission is to kidnap American scientists and smuggle them out of the country. They usually spoke Russian around him, so he doesn't know much about them, but it seemed like they were getting very frustrated with their partners in the town, who were obviously getting their coded messages but not responding how they should have. You all got home a bit late, but since there was no school the next day, you only got a talking to instead of grounded. The next day, you gathered in the hideout to go through the papers Jomar had found. A lot of it is in Russian, but a thin journal contains the keys for deciphering various codes the kidnappers were using. As you thought, a cheese plate refers to a captured person to be delivered to the grotto. There are also instructions for various dead drops around town, including the one at the bowling alley, and a few more classified ads had been written up to be placed in the coming weeks. Once everything is settled down a bit, Karen informs you that the kidnappers were not caught, although they did relocate the van, which had been thoroughly wiped down and abandoned. Its license tag had been stolen from another vehicle, and the van itself stolen in another state, so there was little to go on. Furthermore, since the only known image of the kidnapper had been erased, thanks to your fumbling with the VCR, their only lead is Dr. Ellis himself. She's done her best to keep your names away from the situation, other than the report filed by Cody's dad. She's a bit disappointed to learn that the lake monster was actually a submarine, and she's also disappointed that one of the other detectives pushed her out of the kidnapping case. But once it was learned that it was a Russian plot, DARPA and the FBI stepped in to take over the investigation. So at least she got some schadenfreude out of it. Now, we're going to jump forward some months because it's time to go to camp.
All right.
Woo.
I was excited when I saw that.
Summer vacation has begun, and the Roadrunner Summer Camp is, as always, prepared to welcome expectant children for a few weeks of swimming, playing, and fun outdoor activities. All of these things in air quotes.
Okay.
Parents are looking forward to leaving their kids in camp leader Kim Johnson's capable hands, while they dream of sunny vacations or time to handle their affairs, gambling debts, or burgeoning alcoholism. The gravel yard in front of Roadrunner Cove's main building is quickly filling with badly parked cars, frazzled parents, nervous kids, and scattered suitcases. A loud whistle cuts through the commotion, and camp leader Kim Johnson appears, walking up the stairs in an immaculate khaki uniform. Her three assistants settle themselves among the campers. You immediately recognize Joan Sheedy, the local farmer/engineer who you interviewed about missing animals, and who set up the PA system for the New Year's party. You've seen the matronly-looking woman around the town before. If anybody wants to roll contact to know who she is, they may.
Oh, I do. I do.
I figured you might.
You seem to know everyone.
2 successes.
Oh,
Okay.
It's almost like you're very
It's
popular.
Berlin's mother. Just kidding.
No, that wouldn't fit.
That'd be really awkward. She's not in the country.
That written down, but apparently it's in a document elsewhere. So we'll call her Ellen Durson. And she is the church secretary for the local Methodist church. She's the one who's always organizing those door-to-door, we're handing out cookies in the name of Jesus things.
Cookies aren't half bad.
And none of you know the third, a young man with sandy blonde hair, sloped shoulders, and an affable smile. Now, the question is, have any of you attended Roadrunner Cove Summer Camp before?
Definitely not.
Not me
Can I
either.
roll for that?
Sure.
I'm kidding. I don't think I've been there yet. Or I don't remember it.
All right, Kevin?
I'm going to also say I don't remember it.
Well, that's just all kinds of ominous.
I may have been there.
2 of you might have been, but you can't remember. Well, Joe Mar, you're the oldest, so give me a D6 roll to determine which barracks you'll all be in.
Okay.
And then everybody give me a D8 to determine your bunk number.
I want a top bunk, or I'm leaving.
Yes.
Hey, me and Berlin.
All right, so
Wait a second.
yeah.
Me and nobody.
2 for me.
you are in House 1, which means you're going to be designated foxes.
Cool.
Ooh.
And let's see, we've got Cody in bed 1,
Foxes. Okay, I'm writing that down.
Berlin in 2, right underneath Cody. Kevin's in 7, top bunk. And then D8 from John, please.
Yes. Sorry about that.
No problem.
28.
So you are then 8 because you tied with Kevin.
Oh, so we're not sharing a bunk.
No, he's in the top and you're in the bottom.
Oh, okay. I figured he was going to take the right side and I would take the left side. But okay.
Different kind of bunk bed.
It depends
right.
how in need of money the summer camp is.
Correct.
You guys ever do any like activities at any place with the triple bunks? We did. Boy Scouts did a trip to an aircraft
Those are a
carrier, and they
thing?
had those. Yep.
Oh, yeah, on sailing ships, the 3 racks.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're usually hot racks. You're sharing it with 2 other people.
Well, wait, this is important. Have you slept on an aircraft carrier?
Yes, as I recall, the trip we would do in Scouts was, I think it was just one night, but it was like a weekend type trip.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, it was
Mine was
neat.
just a really cheap cabin that wanted to fit more people in the rooms.
Did they also do hot racks?
No.
Oh. I know what those are.
Okay, so then, once everybody's received their bunk assignment and a map of the campground, which I shall provide you with here,
Nice. Cool.
Kim reads the rules, which are pretty much standard, except that there's a peculiar emphasis on younger children having to obey older kids, which just seems like a breeding ground for bullying, but,
Mhm.
It's the 80s.
yes.
I'm not
Then
going to
she
bully you.
then she hands the bullhorn over to the older woman, who explains the daily schedule. The day starts at 7 a.m. There will be a bugle call to wake you up. Breakfast is at 8 in the big tent. Don't be late. Then activities from 9 to noon, Check the board in your barracks before you leave in the morning to find out where you're supposed to be. Then an hour for lunch and more activities until 3:30. You'll have a fruit break out in the fields, then move on to your next activity until dinner at 6. Tonight that'll be grilling at the beach. After dinner is free time until lights out at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, mind, sharp. For now, get to your barracks, unpack, and check the board for your evening activity. With that, the crowd starts to break up. Parents hug their kids, and everybody is scurrying around to get to their barracks rooms. And as we said, you are in number 1, furthest away from the main building in the parking lot. And this large square in the middle of the inset is what they call the big tent, which is where you'll be taking most of your meals.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
What's a fruit break?
A what?
Do you know what that is? A fruit break?
It's like a fruit roll-up,
Is
maybe?
that what you said?
Candy these days.
I've never heard of that before. It's some weird stuff.
Yeah, I think my brother went out on it once, and we didn't see him for a couple days. He wasn't himself.
It's on a fruit bender.
Yeah.
You find your barracks without much trouble. The building is dilapidated, peeling yellow paint on wood slat siding and numerous holes in the screen. You hope there aren't too many mosquitoes here. Inside, there's a sort of a mud room with several wicker chairs and a threadbare old sofa sporting unpleasant-looking stains. Passing through the interior door, there's a private room for the counselor immediately inside, opposite a row of coat hooks, and then it opens into a larger room with 4 sets of spring and metal bunk beds. Each has a thin, blue and white striped mattress and a set of linens folded neatly at the foot. The beds all have a number painted on them next to a tiny chalkboard with the name of its assigned occupant. There are 2 more rooms further in, and it seems as though you've been separated by age. All of the 14 and 15-year-olds are together in here. There's a boy whose name is apparently Peter, according to the tag on his bed, already here making his bed. There's a weird smell in the room, and it seems to be emanating from him. He glances your way once as you come in, and then goes to great pains to avoid making any eye contact at all. A few moments later, 2 more guys pushing their way in, elbowing one another. These must be David and Derek. You guys are kind of catty-corner from each other, Cody and Berlin in one set of beds, Kevin and Jomar in the other. Derek is apparently above Peter, but as soon as he sees that, he kind of looks around and moves his linens over to the other bunk underneath David. They apparently already know each other. Peter continues to avoid looking at any of you.
What's the name on the bunk that David or Derek took?
There's no name on it. It's apparently unoccupied.
Okay. Interesting.
So the camp's not totally sold out. Anybody want to socialize at all with any of these guys?
I don't know if I have that skill.
They already seem to know each other. We all know each other.
Keep to yourselves. Alrighty.
I don't know. We're kind of the dominant group now because there's more of us than there are of them.
Berlin, give me a D8 to determine what activity your group is assigned to tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, summer camp mechanics.
Nice. So according to the board posted opposite the beds, you are supposed to participate in a tug-of-war battle tonight. So that'll be starting in 20 or 30 minutes or so. So you got enough time to unpack and then get over to the field for tug-of-war.
All right.
Wow. Just diving into the deep end already.
I want to size up, like the newcomers. I realize I probably have sized up you guys, but I don't know what you guys
who's
are
our
like.
competition?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
How good do these guys look at tug of war?
David's a pretty sturdy-looking fellow. He's, a little paunchy, but he's got some big, thick arms. He looks like he's pretty strong.
All right.
Derek's a little scrawny guy. He's probably not going to add a whole lot of benefit to your tug-of-war team, but he's energetic and enthusiastic, and looks like he'll at least pull hard, even if he's not got the strength to do much.
All right.
And is is it Peter? Is he going with us?
Yeah, Peter will be going with you too.
Is he a stocky fella or normal fella?
He's tall and kind of average build. He doesn't look terribly powerful, but he's not scrawny. He doesn't look like the type who's played any sports in his life.
Hmm.
And you're going to be facing off against House 2, the 14 and 15, or the 14, yeah, 14 and 15-year-olds are known as the Barn Owls.
Okay.
So you make...
No, I was going to say, I think foxes can eat barn owls, maybe?
Yeah, foxes versus owls. That's easy.
Okay.
Easy stuff.
Seems like a good matchup, yeah. So you make your way out to the field. If you want to talk strategy at all, somebody could make a lead roll to get some bonus dice if you like.
Ooh, I like to do that. But our team is definitely a democracy. We're all working together, right, guys?
Yeah, of
Right.
course. Now, we have to put the right person at the end of the rope, though, as the anchor. It has to be
That is critical.
the person who can dig in the best. Otherwise, we got no chance, especially with only 7 people. If they have 8, and I look at Derek, right? Am I getting him the right way around?
Derek is the beanpole. David is the husky one.
Yeah, I look at Derek. With only 7, we'll have our work cut out for us.
How about
Okay.
lead instead of charm?
Oh,
Although that is a dang good
Sorry.
roll.
Oh, man. It's the same number of dice.
Is
Pretty
it?
good.
5, 10. Yeah, we'll take your first one then. That's fine.
That's nice.
Let's see. That goes off the top of my chart. So
Nice.
I'll go ahead and say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 extra dice on your tug of war roll.
Good job, Kevin.
Now, I think I might be close enough to David as far as size, so if we want to maybe flip a coin, I'm going to kind of look at Cody, and so, and I'm kind of leaning towards him. I'm like, so do you want to put David in the anchor position, or you want me to?
When I got a test, maybe, since I haven't introduced myself properly. And I go up to David and I stick out my hand to shake. Hey, I'm Cody. I don't think we've met. What's your name?
Oh, hey, I'm Dave. David.
And yeah,
Dave.
I want to shake his hand and assess his grip strength.
His grip is pretty firm. Seems he doesn't try to out crush you, but he gives you a nice solid handshake.
All right. Yeah, I think, and I go back to Jomar. I think if you want to be the anchor, you can probably do a pretty good job at that. He's got a pretty decent grip. Not that you don't, but we want to save your hands for the guitar and stuff,
I got you. Yeah, he can be anchor. I'm good with that. With you playing hockey and all, I wanted to make sure you're probably our most avid sports aficionado of the team.
Well, I thought so too, but then, Kevin should maybe be like a professional tug of war coach or something. If such a thing exists. He knows this game like nobody I've ever seen before.
It's on the wrist.
But I guess we probably shouldn't start celebrating before we actually win the thing.
All right, so you get yourselves lined up on the field. There's a little bit of heckling going back and forth between the two teams. The counselor of the Barn Owls is apparently the one who's responsible for overseeing this thing, so he's giving you the rules. Kevin notices that there's one very critical rule that he did not mention. Typically in tug of war, you're required to stay on the line, but he didn't say anything about that. So Kevin devises this plan that on his signal, everybody's going to take 2 steps to the right and knock the other team off balance.
Ooh.
That's pretty dirty, man.
Wow.
So,
Wow,
see, there's 4 of you. So everybody roll force and then an
Okay.
additional 3d6.
Force,
No,
force.
2d6. That'll give you 8. And then,
2d6.
yep.
Oh, goodness.
Well, that wasn't much help.
So that's
Kevin's just like singing "Eye of the Tiger"
4 successes.
instead of pulling.
And then we'll save those last 2 dice in case you need them. So let's see, there are 7 people on the other team. So 7 times, we'll say they've got an average body force of 5. So 5 times 7 is 35d6.
Wow.
I get 1, 2. It's supposed to give me successes. I guess I should have done greater than, not
Yeah, I
3,
see
4,
8.
5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. All right. So, Kevin, since you were the one who rolled that massive lead roll those last 2 dice.
2d10.
2d6.
I mean, oh,
Nope. Unfortunately, Kevin's masterful plan was anticipated by the other team, who also noticed the omission of the rules. And as soon as they see you start to take their steps, they also take 2 steps and then 1 more. And that rope comes across your bellies and tips you all over, and you lose your tug of war battle. So each of you take the exhausted condition.
Sad.
Sad, sad, sad.
Oh, yeah, and speaking of that, should we clear any other conditions that we may
Yeah,
have?
yeah. If you had existing conditions, those can go away.
Yeah, because I didn't notice.
you're still upset from last summer.
I was apparently injured.
Derek and David don't seem too broken up over the loss. They're still joking with each other. Peter, as soon as he can get away, put some distance between himself and the rest of you, and you make your way over to the beach for dinner.
All right.
Hot dogs cooked over an open flame, Ruffles potato chips, and hot chocolate. What could be better? The sun sets and the sky is filled to the blaze of the Milky Way. Sparks from the fires eagerly leap into the air as if to join the stars in the heavens. While you're there at dinner, you actually spot somebody that you know. It seems that Jana is here too. She's looking a little disgusted, sitting on a log looking out over the lake.
Mhm.
She does not appear to be happy to be here. And you've got free time until 9 o'clock. How do you want to spend it?
Remind me who Jana is, real quick.
Jana Reed is the girl that you met. She was the one who knew something about the lake monster, or supposed lake monster, and had the robot named Click, which was destroyed by the Russian spies.
Oh, click. Okay.
Yeah, and she was with us a few months ago now, right?
Yeah.
On that little
Yeah, that was
adventure.
in March or something like that.
Yeah. So, was she like? How did she respond to Click getting destroyed? 'Cause I think that was new,
She
right?
was mostly just annoyed. She
Okay.
didn't have like a real emotional bond to the robot,
All right.
but she was upset that all the time that she'd spent fixing him up had been lost, and she was hoping that she could get the parts and repair him again.
Understandable.
So as of right now, Click is still broken.
Yes.
And this being the Tales from the Loop universe, there may be things around.
Maybe. Chances are pretty good something's going to happen at this summer camp.
All right.
I
Here's
just
my-
mean in general, not just something crazy happening. I mean, like off over in the woods or wherever there might be some broken down robot with parts.
Or we could scrap the barn owl's cabin as revenge.
Everybody roll Tinker.
My idea is helping somebody that we broke their robot. Your idea is we scrap a cabin.
No, that's the No. The primary intention is still to help somebody.
He's going to find lots of electronic parts in those.
cabins that are falling apart. Yeah.
taking the
Wooden
mattresses,
cabins.
taking the mattresses apart for the springs.
His new name will be Click Squeaky Squeaky Squeaky.
Hey, at least he'll have a good spring in his step.
I mean, a kangaroo bot could be pretty cool.
Wow.
This week I was sucked into the rabbit hole of watching like recent BattleBots matches,
I'm a
And-
season behind still.
and I hadn't realized that there are rules about the weight class such that you can build a heavier bot if you use legs,
Mhm.
which I had no clue about. So I think there was just like one.
Yeah, none of the
One
bots
robot.
work. That's why.
So, but it's,
You know-
it's very funny to see walking robots. They're much better in sci-fi properties.
Well, because they don't walk, like most of them are just kind of wobblers. They just
Yes.
kind of shake, and that moves them. So they're allowed the extra weight to hold them down.
Have you seen the latest of the Atlas? They got the thing doing parkour.
Oh wow.
It literally does a forward flip and lands on its feet.
The Boston Robotics one.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that thing is insane. And it's like we're okay with it falling because that helps us learn how to make it not fall next time.
Yeah.
They just have two of the robots jumping back and forth and all around.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
I vote we tell Jenna we want to help her find parts while we're here for her to take home. And
Do you
are there
know, are we
actually
approaching
more-
Jen as a pack?
Yes.
And are there actually more cabins than the 3 in general? Because that seems a little weird.
Actually, yeah, there should be 3 more on the other side, girls' cabins.
Okay, that's why I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like this. Okay, so we're split up by age. There's a boys' bathhouse and a girls' bathhouse, and the people in cabin 2 are the same age as us. So who the heck's in cabin
Well,
3?
there's 3 age groups in each cabin.
Ah,
Hang on, I have that info here somewhere. So in your cabin,
Okay.
you have the foxes, age 14 and 15, jackrabbits, 12 and 13, and then the 10 and 11-year-olds are squirrels.
I see. So it's like 3 rooms, and then each of them has a set
Right.
of bunks. Okay.
House 2 is the barn owls, blackbirds, and hummingbirds. House 3 holds the rattlesnakes, lizards, and frogs.
Good.
And everybody hates to have to be a frog.
Could be worse.
There are no 16-year-olds on campus, right?
There are some, but they're staff.
Okay.
JCs, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you go over and say hi to Jen, and she says, "Oh, hey, it's you guys. What's up?"
we still feel bad for what happened to Click.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, it's a small price to pay to foil an actual real Russian spy ring. So I lost my
crazy, huh?
robot. Yeah, that was insane. It's awesome. Totally wicked. Should remember to use my 80s slang.
Oh, you're good. Totally.
Tubular dude.
So, Jana, you ready for camp this year?
God, my parents drop me here every summer. I hate it. It is so lame.
Well, it won't be too lame now that we're here, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of friends. I mean, most of the other girls here are just, I can't even deal with them. Not even. But you guys are pretty cool.
I mean, we'll try to be more cool if we can, I mean, we just kind of are. But I mean, maybe we can hang out while we're here.
For sure.
Cool.
So do you want to do anything in particular? Poke around anywhere? Explore?
Oh yes.
This is in a wooded terrain, right? It's not like a desert they sent us out to.
This is a little greener than most areas around Lake Mead, but it's still desert. It's still mostly rocky. But there is some tree cover here and there.
Do we see any guys going through on a horse with no name, or is it that kind of place?
No, there are horses.
Dude, we're going horseback riding as a gang.
Maybe a posse.
Exactly.
I don't know about riding, but I definitely would like to go over and see them.
All right. Well, it's a brief walk over to where the horses are corralled. Does anybody remember the name of the guy who was taking care doing the horseback riding for Joan and Margie? I've forgotten his name.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Was it Chris?
I thought it was Eastern European for some reason.
No, he's actually Native American, if I remember right.
Okay. Hang on. Tall Feather?
Hang on, I've actually got it written down here somewhere.
Oh, okay. I just figured I'd spark your memory.
Apparently, I erased my
Short
notes
stump?
from the first half of the mystery, like an idiot.
Brownfoot.
It was a kind of an ordinary. It was a Westerner's name.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe something or other. Anyway, but he's here,
Cool.
Oh, okay.
so I'll go ahead and write Joe something or other. Figure that out later. We'll call him Stumbling Bear. I knew a guy named Stumbling Bear back in Wichita.
Okay.
So he's here looking after the horses, and he's probably going to be the one leading the horseback riding later on. And here's a good 20 or 30 horses here. Most of them look pretty docile. Janet comes up, leans on the rail, puts her chin on her hands, looking at him. Yeah, the horses are fun.
I mean, honestly, horses are kind of dirty and not very smart. But I hope we'll get a chance to ride them, because once you're on a horse, that's when the fun begins. I wonder if these guys have ever had to, work, or if there's even anything to rope around at all, and I have my lasso.
She says, "Oh, I don't know about that. I know they bring them in from the ranches all around the area in the summer. Not always the same ones."
So is Joe nearby?
Yeah. He's actually got a tent that he stays in when he's here, so he can stay close to the horses. Right now, he's sitting up on the fence, chewing on a bit of grass. And he sees you looking at him. He kind of waves at you.
Hey, Joe.
Howdy. How doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Hey, mind if we pet some of the horses?
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, hey, come over here. I got a couple apples here. You can give him an apple.
Cool.
So he passes out some small apples to you, and some of the horses see him and come over and are kind of trying to shove each other out of the way to get to him.
Tell me there's not a Palomino in this group.
There's not a Palomino in this group. I don't know why you told
Okay.
me to say that.
Just wanted to see if you would.
I don't know
Are they-
horses, so I don't know.
Okay. It's more of the cream colored with the light hair. I didn't know if these were all kind of general dark haired, darker colored.
Sure, I don't know.
Okay.
There's no like thoroughbreds in the paddock. They're farmers' horses.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Maybe a couple of recaptured Mustangs.
Did Jana get an apple too, or did she want to?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
She's petting one of their noses.
Cool.
So eventually, the sun has been down for a while, and Joe reminds you that you guys got to better get back to your cabin. They're pretty strict about that 9 o'clock thing. You don't want to be having to peel potatoes the whole time you're here the rest of your camp.
Good thought.
You wander back to your cabin. By the time you get back to the barracks, you're actually pretty worn out. It doesn't seem like you did all that much today, but it wore on you all the same. Most of you sleep quite soundly. Cody, however, dreams. He sees a cold steel bench in a dark room. You can't move. A strong lamp is lit and shines directly in your eyes. Something stirs and crackles behind your immobilized head. The blood is pounding in your temples. Your head is warm. Calming music, something you recognize from the radio, echoes in the bright chamber. The warmth increases and the speakers crackle. The music is distorted to another unknown song, while at the same time the light flashes. You try to turn your head to look around. The room is made of gray concrete, and in front of you is a large mirror covering the wall. The mirror shows several children tied down, all still except for one. That one's movements match yours, but it's not you. Your heart is pounding. Anxiety begins to well up in your chest. Your ears are filled with the static noise, and the light from the lamp makes the world completely white before you wake up. You all wake up abruptly to the sound of a whistle. Daylight streaming in through the window, and you're briefly disoriented, as often happens when you wake up in a strange place. But you quickly remember that you're at camp, so of course everything looks different. Except it all looks a bit more different than it really should. You look around at the other kids and realize that you don't recognize any of them. Maybe you were sleepwalking and wound up in the wrong bunkhouse somehow? Cody, when you get out of bed, you see that there's a large mirror hanging on the wall next to you. You don't remember there being a mirror there last night, and you definitely don't remember ever seeing the face peering back at you out of it. Except wait. Yes, you do remember that face from the dream. Everybody needs to draw a card from the deck that has just appeared at the bottom there, and I'm going to change screens here.
Okay.
Place your card
Whoa.
under your name.
Just one card?
Yep.
I can't. Oh,
Just drag it and put it under your name, so I know who got which one.
there we go.
Oh, that's fun. It takes a second to show up on the
Did I do
canvas.
that right?
Yeah.
Wait, you took mine.
No, I drew. Okay, never mind. I'll draw again.
If you want to be her, you can.
No, I know. That's yours. That's yours. I'm drawing again.
I drew.
Really?
I pulled one, but I can't move it anymore, so I just pulled another one.
Berlin,
Okay.
is that Josh from Drake and Josh?
It kind of looks like it, but I'm pretty sure these are all people from These Do Not. This person does not exist.
Yes, they are not actual people. All right, so Berlin gets this one.
Ooh, so Jomar. Did you draw?
Well, I'm trying.
Oh.
I keep hitting. I
Oh.
keep hitting.
Oh,
draw.
Jomar, you are drawing all your cards to your hand. You need to play it. Ah, there you Okay. Oh, we're the same person. Okay, this
Well,
is
that
going to be interesting.
can't happen because there's only supposed to be.
Okay, how do I get that silly 3 off the top of my?
So what's going on? I'm going to steal all your cards.
No, I'm gonna. Okay, never
I
mind.
don't even
Okay,
see
I
where
just-
you got your cards. You
I
found
know,
one? Okay,
that's-
there you go.
Thank you. What? Who is moving my stuff?
All right, so I've assigned Berlin. Where's Kevin's?
Kevin is twins.
Let it go. Let it go.
I'm Mary Kate and Ashley.
Controlled by Kevin.
I'm not gonna steal. No way. No
Let's
way.
see.
No way.
Make sure I set this correctly. It can be edited and controlled by Berlin.
Okay, Kevin, can you?
There we go.
What are you doing?
Kind of what?
Cody is now
Wait,
Anya.
why does... Oh. I've got these two I took from Jomar.
Would you please stop? Okay. Remove. Remove.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Actually, we
You
should-
can right click and remove one. There you go.
Okay.
All right, and then Jomar gets Andy here.
That's Andy.
From The Office, like his younger version, I'm sure.
Presuming each of you eventually looks in at a mirror and checks the the foot of your bed for your new names. You've now got these new people here. Make sure I set them all up correctly. See, I want this to be all players. So can you all see the character sheets for your
Oh,
new people here in the journal?
Yes.
Oh, in the chair. Oh. Yeah, I see it now.
Yes. Oh, of course it's Kieran.
Okay. One of the pictures is like stuck on my screen, and like even if I scroll, it doesn't move. But if I click it, it still enlarges.
That's peculiar.
it is Tales from the Loop.
We're getting spooky.
Roll20's haunted.
I have no luck points.
No, there's no actual stats. You keep your
Okay.
your own stats, but this will give you a place to get notes about your new face if you need a place to put them.
Okay.
Okay. And it's,
Place to put our new faces. Yes, that is. Thank you.
and are the
We're looking
archetypes
in the mirror
correct?
now. Okay.
Or
Sorry, what was that, Cody?
Are the archetypes, like the types, correct and the ages, or are those
Nope.
just default?
You know nothing about these kids
Okay. Cool.
other than
Oh,
their names
Our
and
names.
their faces,
All right.
how do we know their names?
because they're written on the foot of the bunk beds.
Oh, psych. Oh, we're in different cabins, aren't we?
Yes, you are in different
Presumably.
cabins,
Oh,
but you
okay.
don't know that because you don't know what any of each other look like.
Well, I want to look around though. Am I in a co-ed cabin all of a sudden, or is it all girls?
No, it is. You're surrounded by girls.
And is everybody else awake?
They're all waking up. Yeah, the whistle woke them up. Nobody else seems to be as disoriented as you do.
All right. I want to pinch myself.
It hurts.
Okay. I want to whisper to the person in the bunk below me. Hey, Berlin? Did they put something in the food last night?
Everybody needs to give me another D6 roll to determine which cabin you're now in.
Ah.
Cody, Kevin,
Whoa. I
Jomar.
don't like that.
Oh, Berlin's is up at the top. One. All right, and I'm gonna have to keep track of who is who here.
I scrawled my name under my name.
Right. Jomar is Andy.
Mine's the one with the extra picture under it.
Berlin is Luke.
Yeah, I'll also do some scrawling.
Kevin, Karen, and Cody Anya.
Oh, we have a Karen now.
Yes, I'm the Karen.
Yes, but she hasn't grown up into Karen yet. She's
Yeah,
still little girl Karen.
30 years.
Right. So then we've got Cody. You now appear to be in house 2, and you can figure out approximately your age by which room that you're in. So you are a hummingbird. And see, Berlin. No, nobody responds to the name Berlin, at least directly. However, Kevin, you hear somebody ask Berlin a question, which seems odd in this room full of girls. You are also a hummingbird.
Okay. Let's see. What kind of... Okay. And I know I'm a girl now. Okay. Wait, I don't yet. I just woke up. I'm like, shit. Then I'm like, okay. Yeah. Do you know? I know Berlin. And I'm not him.
And so are we like? Well, I guess was I in the same bunk position? I guess I put myself in the top.
I don't know, roll a d8.
All right.
So you are now in, if the room were the same as the other room, you're in that empty bed that was taken by Derek. So
Okay.
you're actually on the bottom.
Okay. So I spoke to the floor. So that's a good start.
Well, you assumed you were still on the top.
Yes.
And what did you say again?
Berlin, is that you? Did they put something in the food last night?
Oh, okay. Where am I? Can I, like...
Roll a d8.
Okay.
That is a good font, John.
5.
Good
All
work.
right, so you're kind of catty corner on the top bunk, diagonal from the girl who just said something about Berlin.
Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, your name's Berlin too? Or her name's... And I'm, like, talking to the person actually that this person was talking to,
Let's see. So Anya.
which is probably the floor.
So Cody,
Yeah.
you were kind of sleeping with your hands, wrapped around the pillow,
I hope not.
and there's something underneath that pillow that your hand was touching.
Okay,
Something
yeah.
plasticky.
What is it? I'll pull it out.
It is a photograph,
Okay.
and it happens to actually be a photograph of that girl who's talking to you.
Dude, what a creeper.
I turn it over, and then I'll go to the bathroom to check myself for tattoos.
This is really weird.
All right, so it has a name written on the back. It says that it says Karen, and there's a heart next to her name.
All right, but it doesn't say whether or not to believe her lies.
No.
I'm sorry, Karen, and I like get back into bed to collect my thoughts. I'm like hiding under the covers.
One of the other girls says, Anya, hurry up. You're going to be late for breakfast.
Like, breakfast. Oh man, I'm there. And I say, are you coming? Who was in my cabin in alternate reality or whatever we're going on?
You checking the tags on the beds?
Yeah. Well, like, I was sharing my cabin with... We were all in the same cabin, right?
You were before, yes.
Okay, so I'm like, hey guys, let's all go. And as I say guys, I realize something's up.
We're gonna make awful little girls, I think. Got a feeling.
What's my damage as a little girl for combat?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. I recommend not getting in a fist fight as a 12-year-old girl.
Okay, ranged
Although,
weapons only.
Karen does look like she might be a bruiser. She could be tough in a fight from that picture.
Under my pillow, there's teeth, but they're not mine.
They're strung together in a necklace.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
Is there anything that you would learn?
Is my diary there?
No.
Oh, that's bad, because Kevin keeps a diary with him.
I'm a little disappointed that none of you drew the Indian boy.
Sorry. I tried.
Because he would have had an accent and you wouldn't have known that. It would have been funny.
Well, we could have accents. We're not necessarily from this area. Berlin. Luke looks like he's from like Boston.
How do accents work though? Like now I'm wondering about like physiologically. Are they physiological or psychological?
I'm pretty sure they're psychological because you learn them if you go to another place.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Dude, never considered that.
I don't know. The hills of Tennessee are
yeah, unless you've got a cleft palate or something.
pretty southern.
So
Okay, so let's just say Kevin has realized something's up, and I'm going and just checking the name tags.
all right. So I did not generate a lot of little girl names. I probably should have. So we'll say we've got a Joyce and trying to think of.
Misty. Misty's a 80s name.
Well, that's not what we're doing here, though. Sandy, there's a Sandy,
How about a
and
Jennifer?
there's no Jennifer.
Oh wow.
Whole room full of girls, and there's no Jennifer. There is a Linda
Oh, I tell her to listen.
trying to grab other.
Jessica.
There's
Michelle.
there's a Becky.
Oh, yeah, that's the little girlest name. That's the most little girl name I know.
So that's 6. I need at least one more. Now we'll say there's only 6 girls in this room. So
Okay.
Anya, Karen, Joyce, Sandy, Linda, and Becky.
And I still took a bottom bunk. I guess I may have been forced to.
Clearly, you don't have good priorities in wherever we are.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not the leader.
Well, remember that your bunks are assigned.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'm just a rule follower.
We play by the rules.
All right, so Jomar, you have also woken up and realized that there's something strange going on. You go to brush your teeth and you realize that ain't my face.
And I'm thinking to myself, that ain't my face.
And why are these beds so much taller than they were before?
Why am I so much shorter? I'm looking around. Do I see anybody around me?
There are several more boys. Look
Same
like
age?
they're 12, 13 years old. And they all seem pretty friendly toward you. One of them calls you Andy. Say, hey Andy, what's going? You
Okay.
gonna sit with us at breakfast today?
Yeah, sure. I sure am. I must have hit my head last night while I was sleeping. I feel like I'm in like in a different body or something.
Different body, yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Maybe
hey
I
man,
was.
we're gonna do team sports today. We're gonna try
What?
and get soccer. You're on our team.
What? Soccer?
Soccer.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Cool.
want you.
Okay. All right. Cool. Are we heading out?
Yeah. We're gonna go head to the big tent.
Cool.
So
I don't. Were you here at camp last year? Because I don't remember. I know your face, but remind me of your name.
Dude, it's Jim. We've known each other
Jim.
forever.
That's it, Jim. Sorry, man. I'm like,
You take a
Yeah.
shot to the head or something?
I feel like a different person for some reason. I don't know why.
Kind of acting like a different person.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Appreciate it, man. All right, let's go get some lunch or
Yeah.
dinner or breakfast or whatever it is.
Way to sell the disorientation.
I-
All right, so what about Berlin? You are likewise surrounded by people you don't recognize.
Well, it's the first time for everything. This sounds like a great time to get dressed and get out.
All right. So the other boys in your room seem friendly toward you two. They're not like overly friendly, but you don't get the sense that you're besties with any of them. Besties. That's not a very 80s or whenever you are word.
Pals.
Pals,
Me
actually.
pals.
Yeah. As you're leaving the camp, though, this kid runs up behind you and says, "Oh, Luke, wait for me."
But hi, yes, hello. I was just making my way to the big tent.
All right, breakfast time. Wonderful.
Yes, let's go.
All right,
And
so
you have to say your names. Hey, you becomes a complete normal thing.
so when you're on your way to breakfast, he babbles about being excited about whatever activities that you're going to do today, and he's obviously interested in palling around with you, even though he's apparently quite a bit younger.
So, which cabin of the cabin orientations was I in?
You are in. You're in the same cabin that you that you went to sleep in, but you're in the middle room instead of the first room. And as you're leaving, you notice that remember that couch in the mud room?
Mhm.
It looks brand new, and in fact, the cabin looks freshly painted.
Yeah, that was the part I was going to be worried about.
So, based on the cabin assignments that you remember, you're probably a squirrel now. Oh wait, no, you're in the middle room, so you'd be Jackrabbit.
So that makes me 12 or 13.
I think it's in parentheticals on the name of your
Yeah,
sheet too, right?
it was.
You took it off. You took it off mine, but I can still see it on everybody else's.
I didn't do it.
Oh,
How old am I?
oh,
Let's see. Andy is 12.
12. Okay.
was I right?
Well, now I don't remember because it vanished before I could look at it. You're either see, it's 10, 11, you're either 12 or 13. I think
I
you're
was
13.
Okay. Yeah, I think that sounds right. So that means I have.
So actually, by the way, I was splitting them up. Karen and Anya actually wouldn't be in the same room, but we'll pretend that maybe
They were overbooked that year.
Karen had her birthday at camp or something.
How horrible is that? You lose a whole look while you're at camp.
All right, so Karen and Anya, that is Kevin and Cody. Are you headed for breakfast also?
Yes.
My plan is to make a scene. Something's wrong, and I won't stand for it. So I'm refusing to leave the cabin
Okay.
until such a time as a legitimate authority is available to talk to me, I guess.
All right, so one of the girls pokes her head into the counselor's room on their way out, and then pretty soon, let's make this interesting.
As if it's not already interesting.
Look at all the
Right.
fonts we're using.
That's interesting all its own. Maybe 18 or 19-year-old young woman, square-jawed face with horn-rimmed glasses, comes out, and one of the girls says, Marge, Karen isn't coming to breakfast. I don't know what's up with her. You can check on her. And this girl comes in, and she seems vaguely familiar to you.
All right.
She says, Karen, are you okay? Are you feeling sick? Do you need to send you to the nurse?
Well, it's me, Anya, right? Karen is going willingly, I think.
Yes, sorry, Anya. Oh, Anya. Oh, that makes a difference.
Okay.
Okay. She is not as sympathetic in this case. She says,
Okay.
Anya, we have been through this. You have to eat breakfast.
What?
Get your tail over to that tent and eat a good meal. You're going to be
Breakfast
spending a lot
is
of energy.
the least of our concerns.
We go through this every time. Look, you got to eat, girl. You are skin and bones as it is, and you're going to be spending a lot of energy here today. You need to eat something.
No, you don't. Don't you remember? Who were you before? What? Are you me too?
What are you talking about, girl?
Look, when I went to bed yesterday, I was myself, and now I guess I'm. But look, I don't even know my last name. How can I be Anya if I don't know my last name?
What is this new ploy? You trying to give me some psychological disorder excuse this time?
That I don't even know what that means. I just know that I got swapped, and then I stop, and fine, I'll prove it to you. And I get up and get ready to go.
Okay. She says, fine, prove whatever you want, just eat something. Quantum Childhood will return after this word from our sponsor. Lake Mead is home to over 200 different species of birds, From the tiniest hummingbirds to the majestic bald eagle, every single one contributes to the vast ecological web that supports not just the animals around Lake Mead, but also us human people. Join me, Chris Boyd, as we explore the beauty and diversity of the avian world right here in Nevada and Arizona. Watch For the Boyds every Friday night at 6 p.m. on UHF Channel 63.
And then when I get to the big tent, I want to locate the foxes.
Okay. You find, I guess you have to ask some questions to
Yep.
find out who the foxes are and where they're sitting. And you eventually figure it out, and it's a lot of boys, and they're a lot bigger than you are. They're all chowing down.
And none of them are myself.
No, none of them are you. In fact, they're dressed a little oddly. This doesn't look like the typical blue jeans that you're used to. Yeah, a little Brady Bunchish.
Oh,
There's a unusual prevalence of perms.
Good. I guess I'll go find my people and Karen again then.
Okay. So you eventually find your table, the table where all the other girls from your room are sitting and eating. Do you get any food?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So there's the typical breakfast offerings. What do you get?
I don't know, what is typical at camp? Do they have waffles?
Sure. Waffles, eggs, bacon.
Yeah, waffles, bacon, and eggs with syrup for all three.
Okay. So you bring your plate back over to the table and set it down, and all of the other girls, Anya excluded, kind of look at you, mouths agape.
And I just sit down and start eating with what I assume are Cody manners.
They all just kind of look at each other and shrug and return to their breakfasts, but they keep giving you curious glances.
Here's my question. Are Cody manners so recognizable anybody would recognize them? Especially people who spend a lot of time around him.
I don't know. Would be a recognizable trait.
How you hold your fork.
In this case, it doesn't sound like he is holding one.
No, I think it's recognizable if you're looking
He
out
eats
for
his
it.
scrambled eggs with his fingers.
But I'm seeing like cutting the waffle, using like the whole length of the fork, so that it can get the biggest pieces possible, and then like crumpling up the bacon as I eat it, so I can get like every slice in one bite.
Can I see Anya and Karen and Luke from where I am?
Yeah, you probably can see them if you're.
Yeah, that was kind of my reason for asking.
Would I recognize them?
You have no way of recognizing them other than from behavior.
Okay.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah. And could I recognize them as their former selves or their latter selves?
You only see the younger kids.
The child that is before me.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Great. Is Jim sitting with me?
Yeah, Jim's sitting right next to you.
Yeah. Hey, Jim,
Yeah.
is let's see, is Jim my age?
Yeah.
12 or 13? Okay.
Approximately.
Yeah. There's a couple of really cute girls over at the table over
yeah?
there. Yeah.
Over there?
Yeah.
The
I don't
little
remember
ones?
their names for some reason. It may have been that shot to the head. But like one of them looks like she really enjoys her breakfast. Do you remember what her name is?
Whoa. What, man, she is making up for lost time, isn't she?
Yeah. I think I'd like to meet her.
Well, okay.
Was she here last year?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, you could ask your granddad. He'd probably know, but
I don't want to talk to Grandpa right now.
Yeah. Well, I
You
understand
know
that.
what? I'm gonna go introduce myself.
Okay.
Hey, watch my food, dude, and do not put your fingers in it.
Okay.
I promise.
I I promise I will not
Pinky
put my
swear.
fingers in the
Pinky
food.
swear.
Pinky swear. What are you, a little girl?
I was testing you. Whatever, and I slap your hand down. So I'm walking over to the table where I think this girl is that's eating, and I kind of walk around the table where I can catch her eye, like that she can see that I'm walking over towards her. Is there any room around her?
I don't know. Kevin, did you leave any room? Or no, this is Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be so confusing.
That's
Yeah,
why I
this is
put mine in
Anya.
my. That's why I put mine as my name.
I want to meet Anya.
Yes.
Yeah. So is there room around her that I could like maybe plop down or use some Swaven de Boner type of tactics?
You want to remove her bones? That's
No.
sick. This is turning into an entirely different kind of game.
I just want
I don't
some.
know
I
how
want
different
some
it
of the.
is since we're in the past of the camp.
It
So-
looks nicer.
Okay.
To resume the question, to repeat the question, Cody, did you leave any space on your other side?
Yeah, I mean, there's only 6 of us, right? So I think there's probably spots at the table open.
Okay. So I'll kind of walk over and say, "Hi. Come here often?"
Hey.
How's the bacon?
And I look at, oh, this is bad because Jacob ran. I want to elbow Karen and try to get her attention. But it doesn't work, so I just stare back.
So how's the bacon?
It's I mean, it's bacon.
Yeah.
When it's thick cut, it's better.
Yeah. Yeah, I like thick cut too. The eggs were a little weird today, but I do you care if I sit down for a minute?
No.
Okay. And I'll just kind of not sit right next to you, but I'll sit close enough, and I'll say, did you come to camp last year?
I shrug.
Yeah, I'm. Can I be honest with you for a moment?
Sure.
I think I hit my head. I think I really hit my head last night because I get up and did you see the guy I was sitting with at the table over there?
Yeah.
His name's Jim.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get up and I didn't really recognize him. And I'm like, okay, like, did I fall out of the bed and then get back in the bed or something like that? And I'm like, who is this guy? And he goes, oh man, quit playing. You know me, blah, blah, blah. We're going to play soccer today. And I'm like, I hate soccer. And I'm like,
The other girls have been kind of whispering to each other and giggling. And when you say, I hate soccer, one of them gasps in shock.
did I notice that?
It was pretty loud. Yeah, you noticed it.
Great. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. I didn't know. It's soccer's cool. Soccer's cool. Sorry about that. And I turn back to the girl, and I'm like, what was your name again?
Anya.
Anya?
At least here it is. Do you think you're a subconscious?
My subconscious?
Because I feel like I hit my head too.
I don't know.
And so I'm pretty sure you're not real. So if that helps you feel better.
Not real?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're kind of cute. I think you're real, but okay. Do you recognize anybody else around you?
Well, I have a picture of Karen, and I nod towards Karen, but not really. It's not really the same as recognizing somebody. I guess maybe I'm supposed to.
Okay. And what side is Karen sitting on from you?
I guess the left side.
Okay. I lean over and I'm like, "Hi, is it Karen?"
She would respond, but Jacob has stepped away.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, BRB, gotcha. Cool. Anya, my name is Andy, I think. I looked in the mirror this morning and I didn't know who I was looking at. I was just trying to brush my teeth, and then this gym guy tells me that we're playing soccer. Did I tell you I hate soccer?
Yeah, you're definitely my subconscious. This is like exactly what happened to me.
Okay. I think I hit my head. I really do. I don't know. Well,
One of the other girls says, Andy, what are you talking about?
I was talking about bacon.
Yeah, we were talking about bacon too, and they all look pointedly at Anya. Like, you don't think that's a little odd?
What? Bacon?
Oh, that bacon?
Oh, her
Bacon?
bacon? Her bacon. And I look down at it. Can I tell that it's odd?
It looks like ordinary bacon to you.
Okay. Well, it looks like ordinary bacon to me. What's odd about her bacon?
That she's eating it?
Oh,
Anya, are you okay?
Sure. I'm just figuring out, you know, the rules of engagement here.
You're getting engaged?
No, like a fight, you know?
No.
I'm feeling uncomfortable right now, but I really don't want to leave because. Okay, Anya, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Don't leave, please. I'll be right back. I'm gonna head back over to the table, Brian.
Okay.
Jim.
Yeah.
Did you touch my food?
I did not put a finger in your food, no.
And you didn't lick it?
I did not put my tongue on your food, no.
Okay, cool. And so I'm gonna eat a little bit, and while I'm eating, so I met the girl over there.
It is loaded with black pepper.
Okay. You will pay for that. But by the way, that girl.
Worth it.
Oh, you think it's going to be worth it. You just wait. That girl, that's Anya. Do you know her?
I kind of know about her. I mean,
Okay, what does that mean about her?
well, I mean, it's a small camp. You see people, but usually like she's like doing jumping jacks right now, and they always have to like force her to eat.
Oh, okay. Is she going with anybody?
Not that I know of. I mean, you could ask her friend,
Who's her friend?
Karen girl.
Karen?
Yeah.
Oh, Karen. She said, okay, yeah. Is Karen going with anybody?
Again, not that I know of.
Okay. Is black pepper really the only thing you know about in this camp, dude?
I don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about sixth graders,
But you do about soccer.
If I played soccer the way you play soccer, I'd think about it all the time.
Wow. Okay, that was really low, dude. All right. Well,
what are you talking about?
The way I play.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Okay. I'm sorry. I took that as a slam. Okay.
Dude, you really did hit your head, didn't you?
I told you. I must have hit my head. I'm not feeling like myself today.
Obviously.
Okay.
Look, maybe you better go see the nurse.
Are you going to eat that bacon?
Well, I guess I ruined yours, so sure, you can have it.
Thanks. And I'll stuff it in my mouth, all of it.
It is also covered in black pepper.
Okay.
You are so easy, man.
Yeah. You know what? I hope you can still fit in your underwear in the morning.
Bring it on.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. Are you cool, dude? Because I need to run back over and talk to Anya for a minute.
Sure. You go talk to her. That's fine.
Okay. What time are we supposed to be on the field for soccer? I can't remember.
Well, it's right after breakfast, so about a half hour, I guess.
Yeah. Great. So I'm going to be playing really good on an empty stomach, I guess. All right. I'll see you later.
Meanwhile, Berlin, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just watched all that happen. Trying to think. Like, one person said my name, but I didn't fully understand what they said, so I don't actually know my name. This is wonderful. And nobody else has tried to talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, this conversation at your breakfast table, and they're including you.
Okay, so I'm not like outcasted. Okay.
No, far from it. Everybody's really friendly toward you.
That would actually make it easier.
But
who did the kid tag along with?
The little Indian kid was following around Berlin/Luke.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming I've actually learned his name is Sanjay now, too.
Through conversation, you have learned his name is Sanjay. And he's been rather particular about his food. He doesn't eat any meat. He's a vegetarian.
Yeah. Okay, back in the 80s, were there any robots helping out around camp?
No, there were no robots at the camp in the 80s. That you saw, anyway.
Yeah. We were only there for a day. It's most likely the 70s, so everything looks like home to me. This is how everybody dressed back in the 80s for me, so this is normal. So it actually feels more comfortable. Don't have my rat anymore.
Oh, you had been forbidden to bring the rat along with you to camp, so he is safe.
I mean, I wouldn't have tried.
Just want to set your mind at ease that somebody else isn't in your body taking...
Oh, no, I wasn't even worried about that. Adrian's smart. I'm sure they'd recognize that it's not actually me. I was asking about robot. Do we know how long the robots have been around the area in general? Are they a more newer thing, or they've just been there for years and years and years?
Let me look that up real quick, actually.
I'm newer to town, but I'm sure somebody would have told me along the way.
So the first self-balancing machines were invented in the 60s. They would be fairly well widespread by the 80s. And they were mostly Japanese at first. They were invented by a Japanese company. They're more prevalent, obviously, in Boulder City than they are most places. But most people in the developed world have seen a robot or two at least, and a lot of people have interacted with them.
Okay. So I am not outcasted by my table. My table seems to generally like me. Just kind of from the way they're interacting, can I tell anything about myself? Like, along the lines of the character type? Like, so not the weirdo I normally am, I'm guessing.
No, probably not.
Okay.
You're guessing that you're maybe not Mr. Popularity, but everybody seems to have a favorable opinion of you. And absolutely nobody that you've met so far seems to have a problem with you whatsoever.
Okay, that's good. New thing then. Kind of start talking a bit louder, not yelling or anything, but just kind of raising my voice so more people can hear it. Hey Sanjay, did I ever tell you about one of my good friends back home?
Uh, I don't know. You told me about a lot of friends.
His name is Isaac.
Isaac, that's is he Jewish?
No, 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 nothing like that. He is very nice and friendly, though.
I'm sure all of your friends are nice and friendly.
He's always really good at like making sure we all have Coke. Sometimes he even tries to bring us some new Coke, but we're not sure what he's talking about with that.
What? Some new Coke,
Still
from the
Coca Cola, Coca Cola.
from the bottling company with, or what?
He says he just buys it from the store,
Okay, so
but
he gets Coke
yeah,
from the store.
yeah, yeah. It's really funny too. He just goes around everywhere in a raincoat, even when it's not raining. But he's really nice.
And as I catch wind of that, I start to scream. I just scream really loud. I want to wake up and keep screaming.
All right, so when Anya starts screaming, a middle-aged woman clutching a notebook, and she's got glasses on, hurries over and says, "Anya, Anya, are you okay? Come on, we'll go to my office. Everything will be fine. Just relax."
Uh,
She's trying to pull
just,
you away from the table.
I just, maybe, pinching doesn't work. Screaming doesn't work. Maybe if I have some water and I need to use the bathroom, then I can wake up. And I just keep wailing.
So one of the other counselors has come over looking concerned. Actually, the Marge, your counselor, has come over
Mhm.
looking concerned, and the woman who's trying to take care of you says, "Don't worry about it, Marge. We'll take her over to the nurse's station. She'll be fine." And she's leading you away from them or out of the tent.
All right. I guess I'll go with them. Resigned ish for now.
Okay. Okay, this is happening earlier than I expected. So I got to find that in my notes. All right. Give me an empathize roll, please.
All right. Not my strong suit.
It is mine. Oh, it's me.
Zero
Nope.
successes. So the only thing that you really notice about her is that she looks an awful lot like a younger version of the camp leader that read
Okay.
off the rules at the very beginning.
All right. Yeah.
Kim Johnson, there she is. And she takes you over to the main building and upstairs.
All right.
And this room has an old cot, a side table, and a lamp. And there's a small bag that she opens up, and it's got a first aid kit in it. And she shines a light in your eye, and she takes your temperature. And make an investigate check, also, please. You spot what appears to be a safe under the bed.
Okay.
All right, so let's head back to the big tent. Berlin has been saying something very loudly about Isaac in a raincoat. Did Andy overhear it? That is
Yes, I
Denmark.
did. Yes, I did. I just I heard it, but I couldn't believe I was hearing it, and so I've kind of turned away from Jim, and I'm looking over at Luke. I'm assuming this person, and
And of course, your new girlfriend has just been escorted out by the camp nurse.
yeah. So I was thinking I wanted to follow, but I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm gonna I want to walk over towards this person that I heard about the raincoat guy, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna walk close enough so I'm not screaming across the table. It's like, hey, I heard you say that you had a friend that wears a raincoat. Um, my name's Andy.
Hi, I'm Luke.
Oh, hey, Luke. You know, I had friend that wore a raincoat a lot.
Does it rain
His name
often?
wasn't by chance Isaac, was it? Your friend?
Yeah, and it's weird because it almost never rains where
I
we're
know,
from.
right?
So you both have the same friend?
I would assume so.
I guess it's a small town.
Yeah. And what was your name?
Oh, me? I'm Sanjay.
Oh, hi Sanjay. I'm Andy.
Good to meet you, Andy. You are Mr. Williams' grandson, yes?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my grandpa. Yeah, just kind of feeling weird today. I think I bumped my head last night, but
Oh, you
yeah.
should go to the nurse then. She's busy with that other girl, I guess.
You know what? That is an awesome idea. Luke, uh, would you care to walk over to the nurse's station with me to make sure I don't trip and fall? You know, I did have
Yeah,
this
yeah.
little shock
That's
to my head or whatever. Yeah, yeah. Sanjay, nice to meet you. Thank you. I'm gonna head over and talk to the nurse and see if I can get maybe something for
yeah,
my head.
yeah. Would you mind cleaning up my plate, Sanjay?
Oh, well, maybe the hash browns.
Can I have that bacon,
Take the
Sanjay?
bacon.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Thanks. I'm gonna stuff all of that in my mouth. Cool.
It is blessedly not covered in black pepper.
Yes.
See,
Cool.
Sanjay's nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that Luke is nice as well, and so I look over at Luke and I'm like, let's head to the nurse's station.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
cool with that?
Let's talk more about Isaac on our way.
Yeah.
Would you say he has had some dental work done? They don't really look
Yeah.
pearly white anymore.
Not really pearly white anymore, and that hat kind of sits. Looks almost like he's works on a wharf or something.
You're from around here, but not from around here, aren't you?
Okay, Luke, can I be honest with you?
Yeah, nothing else ever makes sense.
I look in the mirror and I don't recognize the face. And you saw the guy I was sitting with at the other table. His name's Jim. I didn't recognize him. He said I'm a soccer player and like really good. I don't like soccer.
Who does
What?
these days?
Well, obviously Jim does, but I'm not feeling myself, dude.
I only had a few friends here yesterday, and now it seems like everybody's my friend, and yet I don't know any of them.
Yeah, this is really weird. Um, do we say anything to the nurse, or do we just try to go over there?
Let's just go over there for now and make sure you're okay. You said it feels like you hit your head.
Well, I mean, I was just saying that. I'm probably more worried about Anya than anybody.
Well, it's a good excuse either way. Have you
Yeah,
known her
let's go
long?
check on her. Yeah, cool. All right, so we'll head in.
All right. Sorry, I got a little distracted. I accidentally clicked over to a YouTube tab and started playing music. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
You just missed that entire conversation.
I didn't miss all of it. I just missed like the last couple of sentences.
Okay, so I'm like, yeah, we decided I'm not. I was just saying that I thought I hit my head. I'm worried about Anya. I want to go and check on
Right.
her.
But you haven't not yet revealed your true identities to one another. Gotcha.
Well, no, I mean, well, I don't know. I just said I'm Andy, and he said he was Luke. Is that not our true identities?
Well, you're still actually like you in your brain. I mean, you still know
Oh,
that you're
that's
Jomar.
Yeah.
oh.
That's why I was like this. I'm Luke.
Yeah, I thought Jomar was just a very, very committed method actor. Blend in, boys.
certain amount of paranoia is bred in Boulder City.
Yeah.
This is Tales from the Loop. I've hardly had a normal day since I moved here.
Yeah.
That's just kind of why I'm like, yep, something weird's going on. Just go with it.
Go with it. So, are we able to get like past the guard shack and the dogs and the?
Yeah, there's no security to speak of in the big building.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So, and in fact, there's a little placard as you go in saying nurse's station upstairs.
Nice.
So you go up and you can hear Kim, the nurse, talking to Anya. Do you want to just barge in or stop and wait your turn?
I'd like to knock.
All right. The door's open, and when you knock, she turns around and she says, "Oh, is someone injured?"
Well, I was just talking to Luke, and I thought we were over at the tent, and I think he said his stomach was a little upset, and I wanted to walk over with him, and do you have any like peppermint or something that we could like maybe settle our stomachs with or whatever?
Oh, sure. Both of you are having upset stomach.
No, I'm more concerned about Luke than I am right now. Yeah. I mean, I'm not feeling myself, but hey, it may be the heat.
All right. Both of you also give me empathize checks, please.
Okay. And we're rolling off of our original sheets, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the new ones have zeros and everything.
Correct. Okay. Empathize.
Nice.
Great.
So,
I don't empathize.
You have
with
4
everybody.
conditions, by the way.
Oh, let's check that character sheet.
Yeah, that's
Please.
probably incorrect.
Because I got no checks on nothing.
Yeah. That's broken.
They're invisible.
Can you clear that out for me so I can actually make a
You
decent
should
roll?
have only exhausted, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So angry, scared, exhausted, and injured all go away. All right. Make that roll again and see if it calculates
Okay.
properly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's better. One condition, but still 0 successes.
Yeah, great.
All right, but Berlin, you also notice the eerie similarity to the camp leader from when you arrived. The trouble is that all of the clues that I'm supposed to give you for succeeding on empathize checks are things that you would not have noticed yet because you just got here.
I literally have seen this person for all of like 30 seconds. Walked in, took out a girl, came back, and then I came up here.
So you notice that the bed in here seems almost unused. I mean, it is crisp and perfectly made. The suitcase that's on the floor nearby is open, and you notice that there are it's like vacuum packed fruit and what looks like packets of protein powder or something like that.
Fruit and protein powder.
Which seems odd at this campsite, which has obviously a massive and well-stocked kitchen facility. So, Anya, how are you responding to Kim's examination here? These 2 boys have just come in.
Yeah, as soon as she's distracted, I want to look around for water.
All right. You don't see any kind of like bottled water or anything of that sort. There is a canteen set on the table.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
Okay.
I want to get it and chug it. That's my goal.
Interesting.
Not splash it all over your face.
No, I'm not thinking at that high of a level.
All right, so you grab the canteen, uncork it, and start guzzling, and she just gives you a shocked look. She says, "That is not yours. Come on, hand that up. Do you need some water? We can get you some water."
Once I filled up, I drop it.
Okay. She retrieves it and she like wipes the spout and screws the cap back on, kind of giving you an annoyed look.
Okay.
She says, "Okay, well, we'll get some stomach medicine for Luke here." She goes to her first aid kit and gets a couple of tablets of something or other and hands them to you. She says, "Just chew these and swallow."
So I didn't have a moment to look over at Anya and
Uh,
try to catch her eye.
yeah, certainly. And when you've caught her
Okay, and
eye,
I'm looking at her and I'm mouthing, "Are you okay?"
Sure, I'll nod.
And I'll shake my head.
It's okay. This is out loud. I'm saying it's okay. I just have to wait now. Don't worry. It'll all be over soon.
Did the nurse hear that?
yes, she did, and she looks a little puzzled. She says, "Oh, is this a panic attack, or have you had anxiety before?"
I don't think so.
Hmm. She pulls out a notebook and she writes something in it.
Does the stomach medicine taste like regular stomach medicine?
Yeah, it's pepperminty and pretty ordinary, chalky,
So, like Pepto Bismol tablets.
pretty much. Yeah, I don't know if they had those in whatever year this is or not.
Nurse,
Uh,
would it be all right if Luke and I we were supposed to meet at the took Anya over to the soccer field. Maybe she gets some fresh air and maybe she'll be okay.
yes,
Would you care if we all go over?
yeah, that's a good idea. That's fine. Just
Okay, Anya, come on, let's go. And I wink at her. Let's go to the soccer field.
don't
And I
overstress
wink.
yourself. And I think maybe you maybe simply overate.
Psst, this gets you out of soccer.
That's what I'm hoping for. So Anya, are okay? So
And I shrug and follow you guys out.
oh, you are following. Okay,
Yep.
all right, cool. All right, so when we get out of earshot, Brian,
Mm-hmm.
I wanna pull both of them really close to me, and like keep walking down the hall. Do we see any adults around us?
No, make this easy for you.
Anya,
Yeah.
I am not myself.
Yeah, no, I know.
Luke, what? You know
You're
what?
like I don't know. Like I said, subconscious.
Okay, who are you though?
I'm me.
Okay, who is me?
Well, do you mean here or who am I actually?
Let's go with
And
actually.
we're still walking and we're close together. I think I'm Jomar.
And my eyes go really wide.
And I just bust out laughing.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh. Are you sure?
I'm not sure of anything
'Cause-
right now.
Well, because so I had this dream,
Go ahead.
and then I woke up and I figured it was another dream. Because obviously, I'm not Cody.
Okay, well I'm gonna poke Anya in the shoulder.
I already tried that.
Okay, did you feel that?
Yeah, of course.
No. Did you feel that? Okay. What is your name?
Cody.
Okay. So Luke,
What's-
who are you?
Finally calming down from laughing, considering the entire flirting between the two was watched. Somebody who's never going to let you both
I
live
know.
that down.
I'm regretting. It's okay. Is that you, Berlin?
Yep.
Great. Okay, guys, we've got to be at the soccer field or we're going to get in big trouble. Let's get out there. Have you seen Kevin? Do you even know who Kevin is?
I didn't know who either of you were until just now.
I shake my head.
All right.
And I say, I still can't be sure that you're who you say you are, until.
Okay, how do I prove it to you?
Well, we just have to wait. Because,
No, no. I'm not the waiting type, dude. How do I prove it to you?
Well, but I already tried pinching. I already tried screaming and yelling.
So you're not
I
asleep.
told you who I really was. And then I hiccup. And I'm like, oh no. And I start jogging towards the boys' bathhouse and then realize that I need to go the other direction. And I come back.
Okay, so you broke away. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to kind of follow you kind of towards that.
Yeah. So I'm there for a minute and then I reemerge and I'm very pale. And I come out wiping the corner of my mouth and I'm like, well, that's not how I expected the water to leave, but
I'm putting both of my
I'm awake.
I'm putting both of my hands around your shoulders and I'm looking you in the face and I'm going to say, do you remember the T-Rex going into that portal? It's me. It's me. I'm Joe Marr.
I know. I had to be sure, haven't you heard about, there's your brain pretends to be other people while you're asleep, and you can't talk to yourself, or you'll go crazy in real life from the dream. It's all in books and stuff.
Okay, wait a minute, dude. You're a hockey player. What do you think? What are you talking about dreams for?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's real now anyways. It was silly of me.
No, dude, no, it's not silly. It's not silly. I'm just like, okay, I get it. You're a girl, and I'm a guy.
And Berlin will stop laughing.
And Berlin's
Berlin
a
will stop
guy.
laughing every single time you say
And we don't
things
know
like
where
that.
Kevin is. All right, dude, we've got to find Kevin. We've got a few hours before we go to sleep, and we don't know what's going to happen when we wake back up, but we've got to find Kevin.
Well, what do you think? How should we do that? I mean, the screaming thing seemed to work out pretty well the first time.
Well, yeah, it got you in the nurse's station, but what if you do it again and it ends, you have to go to the headmaster or whatever?
That's a good point. One of you scream.
Should we just start screaming, Kevin?
Cody, man,
Kevin?
come on, use your brain. What would Cody do right now? Think, what would Cody do?
Dude, I already tried physical violence.
You got any ideas, Berlin?
Besides just shouting, Kevin, 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 since we won't know what he looks like looking back at Cody at all, I found you by talking about Isaac.
Ooh, good point. Good point.
So, but Isaac's a real name. Maybe we should ask everybody if they know Asimov.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could.
Well,
what do you think the kids had with? What was their problem with bacon? It's like nobody was eating it.
Oh, Sanjay's a vegetarian. That's why he wouldn't eat it.
Okay.
I didn't get to eat mine.
Thank you very much, by the way.
Yeah. How do you feel after having 3 helpings?
Well, I mean, I would have told you that my bacon was assaulted, but it was actually peppered.
Sometimes peppered bacon is good. I'm more of a maple
Not like
smoked.
this.
Couldn't be any worse than eating all of those flapjacks.
Okay. Well, that's true. Okay. But that was actually pretty cool. I mean, I got the jacket, dude, or the shirt. I mean,
So fun.
okay.
Badge.
Can we see where the rest of the kids are, Brian?
Yeah, before we move on, though, we should catch Kevin up on the things that
Yes.
Karen would have witnessed.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I will be quiet.
So you overheard a kid at the other table talking really loudly about his friend Isaac, who wears a raincoat and rain hat all the time. And as soon as he started talking about that, your friend Anya, or apparent friend, started like screaming and having some kind of a hysterical fit. And the camp nurse, Kim, came over and took Anya to the nurse's station, followed shortly later by two other kids, one of whom was the one talking about Isaac, that also went over to the nurse's station. And now they are on their way back toward the big tent. Breakfast time is almost over, and it's almost time for that soccer tournament to begin. So that was what you witnessed while you were gone.
Oh, wow. You guys have not been busy. Okay.
All right. So now, yes, you are approaching the tent, and you can see the other kids.
So what are we gonna say about Asimov?
No, I'm gonna try this real quick. Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
And two other kids also say, "Hey, what?"
I was going to ask how many Kevins are there at this
I know.
point.
I know. It's cool. Crap! I just forgot what I was gonna do.
So let me check to see.
Yeah.
They're actually. There may have been one other Kevin at the camp at that time.
Wasn't a super popular name.
It's actually Kevin Bacon as a child.
Well,
Oh,
considering his first movie
That's-
came out in 76,
70.
Animal House.
It peaked in popularity around 1964.
okay. I didn't think he was in
It was
Animal
a-
House.
No, that was one of his first movies, and Friday the 13th was actually, I think, his first actual movie, and then Animal House.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So have we? Okay, so we're all together, right? We all know who each other
No,
are.
not yet. We're trying to find you.
Oh, okay. Okay, continue.
So you just heard that about Kevin.
Yeah.
And you said what? And one other guy said what? But
And I just look over at that guy and I'm like, not you.
How do you know?
the girl Kevin.
McAllister?
No, did we actually see the girl that said that just kind of blurted that out?
For
Right.
convenience sake, I'm going to say yes because that was a clever move. So success.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
You heard a girl
All right.
say respond to Kevin, which seems strange.
All right. So we're going to kind of, if the guy, are y'all with me?
Yeah.
Anya and Luke? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm pulling them again kind of to me, and we're going to kind of like make a beeline towards the girl. And we're going
Yeah.
to say, Asimov,
I'm also going to add in
right to her face.
Cody and Jomar flirted.
Wow. my life. Okay, I'm not doing that.
Oh, my word. Oh, Greg.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out how to make you pay for that.
I don't think the pepper will work.
Good job on. Good job on being undercover.
Okay. We need to head to the soccer field, people. Like ahead of the other crew if we can. Is that okay,
I've got
Brian?
this feeling that I'm good at soccer.
All right.
You
Anya-
feel
Anya,
pretty
Grab your
athletic.
pen. That's good.
Unlimited power. Kevin doesn't normally feel this power. Okay.
It's the power of Grayskull.
So I'm like, okay, guys, quick. As we're walking to the soccer field, I'm like, okay, do we know what's going on yet?
It feels like we're back home in Germany. based upon the way everybody's dressed.
But nobody speaks German, so
No, it's sad.
But I mean, if they did and we understood it, would we even know?
Probably not.
ooh, psych.
Karen and Luke aren't good German names.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Unless we're in a simulation, like that movie. Yeah, there's no movies about simulations at this point.
Is Tron out yet?
Yeah,
Tron was
Tron.
later, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That
Tron
was
was
like
there.
82,
83, I
83,
think, right? 82, yeah.
something like that.
So we're
Yeah.
in. So we're possibly in a computer.
But pet theory,
Uh,
hear me out
Lawnmower
here.
Man, how early was that? That was the
Nin-
90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was 90s.
Lawnmower Man.
Stephen King's Lawnmower
Yeah,
Man,
that's-
because it took the name from a Stephen King story, and they just
Yep.
slapped his name on it, and he got really angry because it had absolutely nothing to do with the story.
Weren't there quite a few of those in the 90s?
This was the
Yeah.
big one
Yeah.
that like had nothing to do
Okay.
with the story. Like the story was literally about a guy who mowed lawns and things that happened to
Yeah.
him. There's no lawnmower.
Oh yeah, I just read the description. No lawn
It'd be
mowing.
like if you made Stephen King's The Shining and there's no hotel.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So to answer your question, Kevin, we don't know what's going on here.
well, I think I've figured it out
Okay.
because everybody looks like. Don't they kind of look like your mom?
My mom?
Like young your mom.
No, not really.
I mean, everyone's mother.
No.
Okay, you don't count.
Why would our moms put us in a computer?
No. That's a different plan. That's a different one, okay? Wait, Cody, you're not doing your little girl voice?
No. Oh no. I don't do
would, but
voices.
He's done really good with the role playing, Kevin. You would be surprised.
I'm sad I missed the flirting.
Yes, the role playing.
Okay, no, here we go. Yeah, so everybody's dressed like younger versions of our mothers, except for Berlin's, or Luke, and I look at his name tag if he has one. I don't know if there's that kind of people. I have a name tag because apparently that mattered to Karen. Like, we're in the past. This is just like Back to the Future.
Jomar, you were right then. It is like the portal.
Are you serious? It's like the portal?
I mean,
Like the one with the math teacher?
well, more like the one with the dinosaurs, but not as many years.
Oh, dude, you mean we've gone back into the past?
Yeah, see, and y'all even flirted
Maybe.
with younger versions.
If Kevin's right, and I mean, I trust
Okay,
Kevin's.
hold on. Wait a minute. So, Kevin, you're saying that I used to be Andy in my former life?
Not exactly, no.
Okay. Dude, I am so confused.
Dude, well, what I'm saying is don't flirt with anyone, okay? The first rule of time travel.
Okay, so we're going back to the flirting thing? You really can't let that go?
You don't flirt with bros, with the team.
Okay, Cody, no offense, but you were really cute sitting at that table eating that bacon and stuff.
I give him a withering Karen look.
Okay, but Kevin, you're pretty cute too.
I give him an even more withering look. Be like, dude, this is. Do you want to? Okay, just
Okay,
don't
have
quit
you looked
flirting.
at yourselves in the mirror? Have you looked at yourselves in the mirror?
Obviously.
You would know what. Okay, whatever. I get it.
Just quit flirting with anyone.
Okay, I'm not flirting. Okay, we're done. I'm good. How do we get back to ourselves? What in the world?
The downfall of my picture pulling was that I could not find people that looked like they're from the 60s.
Oh, is it the 70s
Oh, I
or
thought it was the
60s?
70s.
It's It's actually 1969.
Dude, I
Oh,
knew it!
Nice.
Ha,
You
I
drew
knew
the
it
correct
once you
conclusion.
started flirting that this was bad. Okay. let's go to the soccer field and kick some 60 people.
Okay.
Shins.
So we're really going to do the soccer thing.
Let's use what we've learned in the past 10 plus years to make better soccer.
Okay.
We had the football background.
Yeah.
Wait, dude, they didn't have Germans back then. So you're going to give us an advantage.
He didn't have Germans.
No, they had twice as many Germans. You had the East Germans
I know.
and the West Germans.
I lived on
We
the
were
west
too
side,
German.
believe it or not, for 5 years.
Wait, are you breaking character or is this Andy talking?
I was breaking character. Yes.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay. Cool.
I was actually born in Germany.
East or West Germany, or
Oh,
were they merged at that
West.
point?
West. Yeah, West.
Oh,
West.
okay.
Yeah, I was there
Dude.
from 68 to 73.
Whoa, okay. As a baby?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
As a wee little lad.
Cool.
One of my
Oh,
coworkers
man.
grew up in East Germany,
Ooh.
actually in East Berlin.
Yeah, we couldn't get across the fences and gates and stuff.
He had a friend who would smuggle him American VHS tapes. So he learned how to speak English from watching Schwarzenegger movies.
Wow.
The best possible use of 80s movies.
Ironic. Yeah.
That's funny. Wow. That's
He
amazing.
still sounds a little Austrian.
Yeah. A little Austrian. That's great. All right, Brian, where do we go from here?
So I guess now we're doing the soccer tournament.
All right.
All right. So then this is a team sport. So if someone makes an empathize, charm, or lead roll, they can use that to put together a good team. Obviously,
Ooh, do we roll as ourselves?
yes,
Or
because you have your original personalities and
And
knowledge.
so lead, empathize, or what?
Lead, empathize, or charm.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Obviously, Andy is going to be on Jim's team because he promised.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Don't make promises to past people. That never works out on Star
Dude,
Trek.
I didn't even know who he was. What are you talking about?
It's probably like your dad. Okay. Now,
There's my charm.
we can do lead or what?
Empathize, lead, or charm.
They're the same. So I'm wearing a cardigan. Can I use +2 for my inspiration?
No, your iconic items are still in the 80s, unfortunately.
Oh, no, this is Karen's iconic item.
You don't have access to Karen's charisma, so.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to do a lead too.
Wow.
So this is going to be a good team.
Wait, what were we
Totally.
rolling for to actually do?
Well, you're picking teams right now, so you're putting together a team and a strategy.
Oh, gotcha. I've got a really great strategy, but I don't know if I should say it
Kick
yet.
the ball as hard as you can into
Are
the
you-
opponent's goal.
Are you rolling too, Jacob?
Wait,
No, I'm sorry, the other Jacob.
alternate round.
I
Jacob.
can't.
Okay.
Let's see. It's-
Now we've got 3 levels of identity to sort through.
yes.
All right, so still only 6 bonus dice. All right, so select one person who is going to make a force roll.
Berlin.
Who has the highest?
Not Berlin.
I think I should be the one, guys. I'm the smallest, right, out of all of us in our new identities.
Yeah.
Now I'll make a caveat on that. As Anya is the smallest and least physically able,
yes.
she will roll -1 dice.
Okay.
Andy and Karen are both more athletic than their mind-swapped counterparts, and therefore will get 1 bonus die to what they normally roll for force.
Okay.
And so Berlin, does he? Well, never mind. We would have the normal level of soccer stuff. Okay, never mind.
Karen, you do the force roll.
Actually, since this is soccer, I would also accept a move roll.
Okay.
Which,
Yeah, then I definitely
Or
should
a
do it because I'm
sneak
still
roll.
rolling 9.
Because if you're like Berlin might actually be skilled at this.
Yeah,
I don't know if he actually played
sneak
football.
I can do. Sneak I can do. Everything
Yeah,
else
employing sneak in a soccer game will probably get you a red card.
it depends how good you roll. Depends how good you roll for
Kevin
that.
doesn't know what that means, so and it's 60, so who cares?
All right, so Cody is going to roll move.
But if you roll a high enough
Sure.
sneak,
Yeah.
are you sure the ref even saw it?
All right, so I need to roll 8 total, right? Because of the condition.
Let's see, you have one condition or two?
Just one.
Just one? So you normally roll 10, so that would
Yeah.
be 9 plus 6. Well, plus 7
Oh, but
because you
then
get the
minus
extra
1.
bonus. So
Right.
total of 16 dice.
Okay. I had forgotten about the bonuses.
Oh, wait, you're Anya, though, so minus 1, so 15 dice.
Okay, yeah, so 15. Okay. Come on.
2 successes.
Man.
All right.
Nice.
So the game's going pretty well. This tournament will take place over the course of the whole camp. This is just one game which you win. As a result of your 2 6s, though, you will make the playoffs.
Good job, guys.
All right.
I'm real hungry again.
Yeah, me too.
Or, well, maybe somebody besides the two flirty folks will actually get some bacon this time.
So yes, by this time it is lunch.
I want Berlin sitting on the other side of the table so I can watch him.
I would not
I'm
pepper.
watching
I
everyone.
would not pepper or assault your bacon.
Well, I'm so glad to know that. Thank you very much.
That's what I have this for. And for the viewers at home, I was holding up a bottle of hot sauce that I happened to had on my desk late tacos
Yeah.
earlier.
Nice.
Not just because you always have it.
No, it'll go back in the fridge because it's open. To the food.
Right.
So can Luke and I, in a sense, eat together now that we're chums?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're
We
free to
probably-
eat or with whoever you like. You might get some weird looks for suddenly changing your friend group.
But the four of us can sit together,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, the convention of sitting with your cabin mates is not something that's enforced. It's just, hey, these are the people that I am the same age as and know. So
Yeah.
people tend to sit that way, but they don't have to.
So we're kind of mold breakers, is what you're saying, for the late 60s.
Right. although
Blazing a new trail.
obviously Karen and Anya are well acquainted,
Yeah.
if
Obviously.
the photograph is to be believed.
I found some entries in my diary about her. I'll never forgive her for that birthday party.
Okay, so if you did have access to Anya or to Karen's diary, you will learn a little bit about yourself.
Oh.
You apparently have 3 parents. There's somebody named Peter who has joined your parents' relationship recently.
Peter.
You're not real sure about that. And you have expressed worry about Anya and her eating disorder
Gotcha.
in the diary.
Okay. Gotcha.
Meanwhile, I'm eating at a healthy
You're eating like
but much more moderate than the morning pace.
you're eating like a growing boy.
Yes, but still the portion sizes of an 11-year-old girl instead of a 15 or 14-year-old boy. 15-year-old
And
boy.
how are the rumors going since the two that were flirting at breakfast are now sitting together at lunch?
Ooh.
Well, if you're listening for rumors, there are definitely some flying around. And let's see, how should I put this?
Break it to us gently, Ryan. Because Greg sure isn't going to, so I need some gentleness in the midst of this.
So there's a girl named Sarah.
Oh, great.
She's an older one, although she doesn't really look it in this picture. And she is riling people up about this supposed relationship between Anya and Andy, and that it's probably gonna be a threesome with her and Karen, because Karen and her family are kind of into that kind of thing. And people are like, "Oh my gosh, that is so gross."
I have we come to an agreement, Jomar, to like self-consciously ignore each other now?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
I would like to be amicable because of who we really are,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to be making any more advances on you
Okay.
so that things will die down from someone else in our party.
Yeah. So we're doing like the thing where we'll talk, but like if we're just sitting still and like happen to glance the other person's way, we like quickly break eye contact.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not gonna help.
Perfect. Yeah. I'm doing that then.
You guys make this so much fun.
So glad that you could have so much fun.
All right. After lunch, now you're not all in the same cabin, so the schedule doesn't really work, in a convenient fashion for the game. So we're just going to kind of hand wave and say you all kind of somehow miraculously all wind up doing the same thing all the time.
Cool.
But in this case, you get your choice of activities.
Oh, yeah.
So here's a list in the chat.
I'm gonna vote for fire.
Oh, fire causing. I love it.
That's 2 for fire.
Okay, I'm game with fire.
I'm dissenting and voting for swimming, but fire sounds fine.
That's cool too.
But I want to keep up Anya's streak of physical performances. That's what Cody wants. But fire building does sound fun.
I figured you'd go for not tying so you could get access to rope.
Oh, that would be good too.
Because we can do multiple things, right?
Yeah, you'll get the chance to do all of these. Well, maybe not all of them, but some of these other things later on too.
I was going to say fire building is a good one because we've seen what this place looks like in the 80s, and if we don't want to have don't want to have time issues, we have to make sure it ends up that way.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Yeah, so what's our priority list for after we've done fire building?
20 years of neglect will probably do that on its own.
So guys, I'll be honest, fire building is probably not helpful, but I want to do it. I want to see how 80s, 60s people back then, you didn't have to wear glasses or there's no safety stuff.
Let's see, 1969, isn't that just where you use like a bottle of some virus liquid on your back and then you just kind of shoot it out of a hose and there's a little fire on the end of the hose and then you build a big fire?
I'm lost.
I'm sorry, I didn't follow.
I think he described a flamethrower, but I'm not entirely sure why.
That was the description.
How much hairspray do we have around here?
Given the perms, probably more than 0.
It's 1969, you're 2 girls. I'm going to assume there's probably 2 suitcases of it alone in your cabin.
Okay, well, I'm definitely loading up on it to some degree before we go to fire building.
All right. Shockingly, you don't seem to have any hairspray of your own.
Well, it's not stealing if you're in the 80s. We basically stole bodies, 60s.
So you pilfer somebody else's hairspray and make your way to... actually, they do this down at the beach where there's plenty of water and sand to put the fires out.
Boring, but okay.
And the fire building exercises are led by one of the counselors by the name of Tina. She's a middle-aged woman wearing a cardigan, even though it's summertime in Nevada and very hot.
Mm-hmm.
And she is your, extremely stereotypical church lady.
Good.
And so she teaches you various methods of lighting fires. She's got some fire bows using friction method, learning how to set newspaper on with a magnifying glass, how to identify proper tinder, moss, and pine needles and that kind of thing. So then Everybody make tinker or comprehend rolls.
Okay.
Perfect.
Apparently, we didn't start the fire.
Well, Andy/Jomar turns out to be pretty good at this. Nobody in the group seems to be surprised because apparently he's good at everything. Cody/Anya also manages to get her fire started. Kevin/Karen attempts to cheat with the hairspray, and unfortunately, the hairspray bottle explodes.
Oh, that's not unfortunate.
Well, it is because you now have to take the injured condition.
Oh, I'm rendering an apology to a Karen, future Karen. She's gonna miss that pinky.
Well, it's not a terrible injury. However, our camp nurse Kim is of course summoned to the scene, and you haven't had the opportunity to interact with Kim yet, but you do notice immediately that she bears an awful significant resemblance to the Kim of the future, the camp leader, younger version of the same person.
Oh snap!
And she is walking around. She's got a canteen, which of course Anya will recognize, strapped to her belt.
She'd ask for it.
And she's munching on an apple as she comes over. And she's got a little portable first aid kit, and she puts some antibiotic cream on your injury and wraps it in gauze. And you get a good scolding from both her and from Tina for being so unsafe with the fire lighting materials.
And I'm like, oh yeah, totally. I've learned my lesson. I'll never do that again.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right. And so that takes us to the fruit break, which Cody was intensely curious about. It turns out that the fruit break is a break for eating fruit.
Is this a normal thing for any of you guys? Jacob was weirded out by this. Okay, cool. Just checking.
Never went.
I think it's probably a vestige of the Swedish origin of this role-playing game.
That would make sense.
However,
yes,
I have had, camping and outdoors experiences where you take a break and they have coolers full of watermelon or whatever.
Oh yeah, but you don't call it a fruit break.
Apparently in Nevada they do.
All right, good.
So
Nice.
counselors bring around coolers with chilled fruit in it. Everybody gets their carbs.
Does this look like the stuff that was like shrink wrapped in her office?
No, this is very fresh fruit, whereas the stuff in her office looked like it had been vacuum packed, maybe even freeze dried.
Okay. All right.
The apple that she was eating earlier did look like it was probably from that vacuum packed bag.
Okay.
Not from a horse of a different decade.
No, I don't know what that means.
We're just
Do they
eating
look the
apples
same as
to
the
horses.
apples?
No, it's not the same. Those were like the leftover apples, the ones that are all bruised or
Nice.
have a
Okay.
worm in them or something that they give to the horses. Thanks for listening. Music and sound effects by Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound. Check them out at sirenscape.com and find the full attribution list in the show notes. You can find more episodes of Quantum Childhood and the Geek at Arms podcast at geekatarms.com.